I've been a personal trainer for 25 years. I'm an exercise physiologist, a yoga educator, and yoga teacher. And I've seen the same pattern play out hundreds of times. So I asked ChatGPT for my clients what actually happens to a man's body if he does just 20 minutes of yoga a week for 10 years. And that is following two of my 10-minute sequences every week. And the answer confirmed everything I already know, but it was still mind blowing for my clients. Look, I'm 46. I listen to Eminem. I eat chicken burgers. I have a Public Enemy tattoo. I am not your typical yoga practitioner. I'm not here to sell you enlightenment or anything like that. I'm just here to help you, my fellow creaky old men, move better and feel better through the power of physical yoga. And in all my years, I've watched men just like you completely transform their bodies through yoga. So here's what ChatGPT says happens in the first 3 months. By the way, I've been saying this for years, and it's exactly what I see as well. First thing is that your lower back will stop screaming at you. Your hamstrings will loosen slightly. They won't be completely flexible, but they will feel less like steel cables. Your shoulders will move smoother. Your breathing slows down without trying. That's a good thing, by the way. And you stop huffing and puffing every time you stand up. This is all scientifically supported. I asked for scientific references. Now, the changes in the first 3 months might not seem dramatic, but it's your body kind of finally letting go of 20 odd years of built up tension. So what does ChatGPT call that initial 3-month stage? It calls it the initial mobility restoration. In the yoga world, we just call it your body saying, thank you, fam. Thank you for doing yoga for 3 months. So after a year, what does ChatGPT say? It says pain episodes drop significantly. Balance improves, posture lifts, and you gain really usable flexibility. You can play with your kids without wincing, and you can tie your shoes without panic. One of the men who come to the studio who now teaches yoga told me that he didn't realize how much pain he had normalized until it wasn't there anymore. So after a year, you won't be a yogi, man bun and stuff like that. You won't be wearing tight Lululemon pants, but you will feel like you're moving healthier. Essentially, you become a healthier, more mobile version of yourself. And in all honesty, that is more than most men need. But if you stop after year one, it reverses. So you need to continue. So what happens after 3 to 5 years of doing yoga? And remember, it's only 2 10-minute classes with me online once a week. So ChatGPT says that your joints start to move cleaner. Your spine becomes more resilient, and you feel your body recovering faster from your workouts. But here's what ChatGPT didn't mention, but I see all the time. Your friends your own age start complaining about feeling tired, bad backs, bad shoulders, and you realize that you're not that guy anymore. And in fact, you feel pretty good. You feel great, not because you're special, but because you showed up for 20 minutes only, twice a week for the last 3 to 5 years. This is compound interest for your body. Small deposits, but massive returns. I've taught hundreds of men through this phase, and the ones that stick with it, they move at 40 like they did when they were 30. And those who are 50 move like they're 40. You essentially buy back a decade that you were losing because of inactivity. I mean, if you think about that, you're adding on a decade of your life which you could have lost. A decade more with your children, grandchildren. I mean, it's mind-blowing. Now, what happens in year 10? I know it's a long way away, but what you build is what's called the durability body. ChatGPT says, and this is supported by science, that when you hit 50, you can actually feel like you're 38. So you've actually brought back more than a decade of your own life. And I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't been in this business for so long, if I hadn't trained so many men. Once your brain starts to lose confidence in your body and the way you're carrying your body, the brain slowly starts to shut down. But the more we use our bodies, the more we use the intricate muscles in our feet, in our hands, in our core, as we do in yoga, the more the brain stays alive, because it's like a computer that needs purpose. And if we're using our body, there is a purpose. There is a purpose for the brain to continue firing messages to every muscle, every organ. It keeps you alive. So the brain keeps you alive because you're keeping the brain alive. And what are some of the physical benefits according to chat, again supported by science? Well, your back rarely flares up. If you have chronic lower back pain, as I have, what you find is you can have more good days and very, very few bad days. Your hamstrings actually move when you need them. Your shoulders feel so much better. Your breath slows down and your stress response changes. You've become so efficient at breathing through yoga that you breathe less. Your heart slows down because the pump that needs to pump blood into the rest of the body, it slows down because you are now such an efficient human, an efficient organism. And the more efficient we are, the longer our equipment survives, the longer we live. Honestly, I've had students over the years who've told me that they've aged backwards. So the whole Benjamin Button thing. I mean, I don't want to make this about myself, but people can't believe I'm 46. And honestly, I know I mess around and call myself a creaky, broken old man. I do have chronic lower back pain, but that's from an accident when I was younger. But generally, I feel great, and I feel like I can outdo most people half my age. That's not flexibility. That is durability. That is longevity. Yoga gives you the body that just keeps you in the game. So if you're a man over 40 wondering whether you should start yoga, the answer is absolutely. I've been saying this for years, and ChatGPT now is giving men answers that they're looking for. Start today and your body will thank you for it. You can buy back lost time. Don't come to yoga looking for your chakras. Don't come trying to get flexible. Just come to yoga and move. Just move your body, breathe in and out of your nose, and trust the process. It will all fall into place. Again, this is not just science, this is my anecdotal experience. Men who come to yoga and try too hard, they can resist their own bodies. Just relax, bro. You don't need to push your body. I want you to feel like you're doing this for your mind, that you're here to escape the rat race. Don't come to yoga thinking it's exercise. And that's the best way your body is going to benefit. And if that's slightly confusing, in a future video, I'm going to explain some of the reasons why men don't continue their yoga practice. And it's because we try too hard, which is the irony. So to my brothers over 40, if you're thinking of starting yoga, you don't have to sign up and do it embarrassingly in the gym, being the only guy in the corner. That was me once. Man, that was embarrassing, right? You don't have to be that guy. Or if you can laugh at yourself, why not? But if you don't have time, if there's nowhere near you, I'm putting up videos all the time. There's so many videos you can watch. A 5-minute sequence, a 10-minute sequence. Do them at home. Start once a week. Build up to 2 a week. If you give yourself 20 minutes once a week, you buy back years that are potentially lost. That's how you have to look at it. What an investment. So give it a go. Follow my videos. You don't need more creative videos all the time. Find a couple of your favorites. Keep watching them. There's a yoga for men, the basics. Watch that. There's a part 2. Do that as well, and do them both. Make it a part of your every kind of week life. This is what you're going to do. And trust me, bro, your life will change in ways you couldn't imagine. And when you're ready to share, reach out. Zahir@kramyoga.co.uk. I'd love to hear about your transformation. And if there's anything I can personally do to help you, I love helping people. I love helping my brothers because I know how tough it is for men to take up yoga. It's like women who are nervous about lifting weights, but there's more women lifting weights now. So I'm hoping there's more men doing yoga, changing their lives, feeling better, breathing better. You're a better person to be around. You can be a better dad because you're not so angry at your body and everything's all tight and achy. A great granddad. You got this, bro. Oh, this is the character Zach from Pip and Posy, and my son's name is Zach, in case you're wondering.